village. The surveillance state is getting very, very close indeed. And that, of course, in the same week that we learned that the 800-year right to trial by jury is to be abolished in the majority of cases. And by the way, the argument that magistrates deal with many of the minor cases, well, think about it, 3 magistrates actually form a mini jury of their own. And of course, despite not being in the manifesto, the government want to introduce digital ID, leaving literally every single one of us in this country open to hackers. And it is, frankly, a very authoritarian government. It doesn't really believe in liberty. It doesn't really believe in individual freedom. And we learned, and it began last year, it doesn't really believe in democracy either. The decision last year for 7 of the county council elections not to go ahead on May the 1st bore no logic at all. How was it logical that Kent went ahead, but just across the river, Essex didn't? It made no sense at all. Now, I know one of the reasons for it, of course, was the Conservative leaders of those councils were urging the government not for the elections to go ahead because they wanted to stay in place. Well, we had been promised mayoral elections this year, and I spoke to a senior member of an Essex council this morning who told me word for word, the councils are ready for these elections and we have spent millions across the county of Essex alone in preparation. Now, the fact that we've been told that the county council elections will go ahead just 1 year late is a good thing, not a bad thing. But the fact that these mayoral contests are to be postponed for a further 2 years is monstrous, given firstly that the electorate were told they would go ahead, given the amount of money that's been spent in preparing for them. But there's another factor I think we should consider. My voters in Clacton will now be expected and asked to vote in 2026, in 2027, and in 2028. Forgive me, but they might be getting slightly confused as to what's going on in local government. Well, it is a local government reorganisation. I have to say, it's one personally that I'm completely opposed to. The concept of out on the end of Essex, tendering district council, which at least people do bear some sense of belonging to, identity with, allegiance to, will get replaced by some amorphous mass of a unitary, is not something that I approve.